check it.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle Zamora and this is Scent Talk from my closet, the fragrance closet. And on this channel, we go over all things fragrance. If it is your first time watching, I do like to focus on one perfume house or topic at a time. But lately, we have been doing a random sampling. For today, we're talking about a fragrance, or two fragrances actually. I really hope that I can keep this to a minimum, but we're talking about vanilla. You cannot keep me away from vanilla and gourmand fragrances for too long. And these samples have been here and I'm like, they're gonna evaporate. We need to review them now. We need to enjoy. If this is something you're interested in, go ahead and continue watching. Consider hitting that subscription button and the bell so you'll be notified to new videos. So I am speaking of the Italian niche perfume house called Private Mood. They are a relatively new house. They came out with 4 fragrances in their line in the year 2022, and they're primarily gourmand fragrances, you guys. I do have 2 samples here. I have Cotton Candy and So Vanilla. So I did wear test them. I did layer a little bit with them overnight. And I'll talk about the layerings. I'll talk about how the fragrances wore on their own, what they smell like on their own, and also what other fragrances they reminded me of. Because we've been exploring vanilla on this channel for quite some time. In the description, I'll tag a couple of what are those? Layering combo videos, because we're not going to go like into too much diversity because we want to focus on the 2 fragrances. And then also I'll go ahead and list our current top 5 vanilla fragrances, which I will be updating soon because we've been exploring you know, ever since, and I do have some new top 5s, I'm more than sure. Although my holy grail still either Vanille West Indies or Mazzorali Vanilla. They're both still number 1. You know, spoiler alert there. So this is an Italian niche perfume house. Like I said, we do have the other two in the fragrance line are Berrylicious and Vanille Cognac. Now, I do want to get a hold of those samples. I wasn't able to this go around, but this is one thing I will say about this house. They are gourmands, but they have labeled their fragrances very interestingly. They're labeling them with a note that is in the scent, but it's not necessarily the scent overall, if that makes any sense. And if you read some reviews, you'll see that that is misleading quite a bit of people. They see the word cotton candy, they think they're going to get a straight up cotton candy fragrance. They see the word So Vanilla, again, simple vanilla straight up. But yeah, that's what I'm here to talk about today, is how left field we went, but still in the same vicinity with the names compared to what the fragrances give us. Not to say that they're bad, they're both actually glorious. Spoiler alert. So beautiful. I love vanilla fragrances, and these definitely fit the bill for vanillas. So let's get into Cotton Candy first. So Cotton Candy, I did wear this alone. I wore it with an unscented lotion. I do like to pair most of my strong, beautiful vanilla fragrances with unscented lotion or a very light lotion. So that's what I'll show you at the end of the video. Actually, my lighter fragrance lotion pairings. In the top for this fragrance, we have coconut milk, caramel, cotton candy in the mid. In the base, we have vanilla and musk. So very simple structure, but beautiful. Anyways, in the opening, it opens primarily caramel to my nose, then immediately hits me with a vanillic, lactonic type quality to the scent, like a milky background, but this is mostly caramel. Less milk, you know, if your skin reacts to lactonic fragrances or milky scents and it tends to go sour on you, I don't feel like you'll have that problem here because it's primarily caramel. Oh gosh, I don't have any left, or do I? Yes, cotton candy. Oh, that's how it opens up. I don't even have to spray it. I can smell it from here. I did not pick up, you guys, on any cotton candy tones. I just never got them. Maybe if we're talking about burnt, or burnt, a little bit of a burnt sugar vibe, you get that in here a little bit. But the top notes all just blend seamlessly into that vanilla musk dry down. We do get quite a bit of vanilla in this, and so that's why I would classify it as a vanilla fragrance. And in the dry down, you get also the caramel, so the caramel never goes away in the scent either. So in the end, it's just everything blends wonderfully. It sits pretty close to your skin, to be honest. It is not anything that radiates too far off of you. Arm's length, I would say, so it's pretty intimate. This will be an intimate type wear. You're not going to fill up a room with it, all right? And but it lasted 12 hours plus, so longevity is amazing. Whatever they put in here is just goes the distance. What does this fragrance remind me of? It reminds me of two fragrances. When I smelled it, I was like, Bianco Latte, is that you? And then when I got the really just rich caramel, I thought, OMNIA Madera, is that you? So I do have the sample here that is done. It's done. It already completely evaporated. I had maybe one spray left and it's done. This was such an enjoyable wear as well. Heats up on the body wonderfully. I guess I'll link OMNIA Madera in the description as well. It was such a great wear and it reminds me of cotton candy. So OMNIA Madera mixed with Bianco Latte's qualities together. You know, there was a marriage here. There was a definite union, you guys, between these two fragrances. And then we came out with cotton candy, and it was just such bliss, I would say. In OMNIA Madera, we have a lot more scents, though, a lot more fragrance notes in that fragrance than we do in either Bianco Latte or the cotton candy. In Bianco Latte, we just have caramel, coumarin, honey, vanilla, and musk, which is pretty simple, also like the cotton candy is. But in the OMNIA Madera, they're not really palpable, but there's even patchouli in there, I believe. No, there's peach blossom, sorry. We have caramel, vanilla, coconut, musk, floral notes, wildflowers, and peach blossom, which is just like, that's not what I smell. I smell vanilla and caramel and really rich, deep, luscious scent. So I'll leave that to the review in the description, though. I don't want to go full on into Madera, but yeah, that's what cotton candy gives us, and I'm here for it. This is a beautiful fragrance. To be honest, though, because that is what we are here, I don't feel like you need to own all three of these fragrances in your collection unless you're an avid gourmand or vanilla fragrance collector. You know, or you love the house of OMNIA, or you love the Giardini Toscana, or you know, or you're just you want to collect all the private moods. That's another reason to own it. But personally, since I already have the Bianco Latte, which I also have an amazing review on because it was an amazing fragrance. I'm not saying the review was amazing, I'm saying the fragrance was amazing. If you already own this and or you already own Madera, I would have to really think about it. Personally, I own this, so I would probably go ahead and purchase Madera. I really would. Why? Because the cotton candy reminded me a lot more of Bianco Latte than it did of Madera. We don't have lactonic notes in Madera, but we do in cotton candy. So for that reason, I would buy this one to keep it, you know, slightly more unique and less redundant in the collection. So in other words, I just combine these two and I'd come up with cotton candy, basically, with some differences, of course, you know, but more or less, I don't need them all. So that's my take on that. Next one we have up here is So Vanilla, you guys. So do we have a straight up So Vanilla fragrance? I will say it definitely has vanilla in it. So Vanilla is, where are you? Oh my gosh, this has an interesting opening. This has in it orange and lemon blossom. It has mid notes of gingerbread and neroli, and in the base we have vanilla and patchouli. There's the patchouli I was looking for. But you don't find it in the scent, you guys. So Vanilla to me is just a creamy, creamsicle orange, you know, type fragrance. It opens up very, very almost bread type to me. And whenever I say that, orange fragrances with vanilla and notes like this always remind me of a baker's room. It always reminds me of baker spices and cake, you know? And more often than not, when we start off like this, we end up gourmand, buttercream, cake type scent. And that is exactly what we get here, you guys. We start off creamsicle, creamy, just mouth watering feel, smell, hits your sensations wonderfully. I don't pick up any earthy tones from the neroli or the patchouli, you guys. So if you're worried about patchouli, you're not going to find it here. If you don't care for neroli when it's that, you know, sticks and greens and leaves, it's not here either. This is totally gourmand. This is a orange mandarin vanilla cake with buttercream frosting in, you know, 8 layers, just like the fragrance I will bring up that it reminds me of in a second. This is beautiful. It's an eau de parfum version because I'm getting like, oh, this is, I want to eat it. Oh, this is an eau de EDP. I'm just gonna say EDP version of the other fragrance I'm gonna talk about. So does this one last? Does this one project? Yes, this one goes 12 hours plus as well, and it's actually stronger in its composition and its nature in the wear than the cotton candy is. I mean, it just goes. So this one will fill up a small room and you get a bigger scent bubble from it. When it warms up on your body, it's like you're baking this cake. It is glorious. I mean, just so wonderful. I love when a fragrance just gives you that realistic gourmand scent and it makes you so happy and others around you can smell it too and it makes them happy. I mean, I guess it just hits the dopamine receptors in your brain because they're mouth-wateringly delicious. So vanilla is all of that. And a bag of chips. Yes, we have found yet another, you guys. Again, let's say that I did not own this fragrance here, Bianco Latte. I would be head over heels for cotton candy ordering a bottle tomorrow. But we do have it, so hopefully you get the gist of the collection process over here, you know, what full bottles come into the collection and all that. Now, for So Vanilla, I said it lasted 12 hours plus. Yes, it is a projector. It is stronger in its presence, so all of that, but it's definitely cake. Oh, yes, it is. What does it remind me of? It's just right here. This is Posey Versailles Eau de Parfum version. Now, this is an oil. This is an indie brand called Posey, and they also have some mouth-watering gourmand fragrances. Their compositions, you know, their different notes that they use are also natural smelling and enjoyable. And this is one of my tops from Posey. And it is an oil, so it's not going to get you that wonderful automation feel, and it's not going to travel too far, but it is very enjoyable, you know, on your person. I would so combine these. So vanilla with Versailles by the House of Posey. Did I rub it anywhere? No, I sprayed So Vanilla. It smells so similar. But I would say that So Vanilla has even more of that orange cake vibe. Versailles definitely has the orange mandarin cake vibe going on. And it was the first time that I had ever experienced that in fragrance, in a scent. So Vanilla happens to be the second. And what a wonderful fragrance this is, you guys. All right, so if you're into layering your fragrances, I do have a couple of suggestions here for these. Cotton Candy and So Vanilla by Private Mood. We've gone over the fragrance on its own, what it reminds me of, whether or not I'd pick up a full bottle. And so now layering. I love this. For my vanilla fragrances, I do not like to get too crazy, even though I do have a couple of videos where I'm like, let's fruit this up. Let's add a bunch of fruits. Vanilla is very versatile. You can find it in so many different fragrances. But if you just want to combine your vanillas here, your two that we went over today, without like making them clash, I do have suggestions. So first off, we already talked about the unscented lotion, of course. If any of your favorite unscented lotion will just amplify your scent. You know, and just makes it hold on a little bit longer. I'm not saying that that's the case 100% of the time. Every now and then a fragrance is just gonna fragrance. It's just gonna give you what it gives you. But I do love to throw down that beautiful layering base. We have here by the House of Cocoa Pink Tahoda. This is their goat milk and honey body lotion formula, and it's really similar, to the consistency of Ather by the House of Glory. So I do love these because they spread really easily. They're not too thick. In the summer heat, they're gonna work wonderfully. And the scent for this Tahoda is a vanilla musk. So it's extremely versatile. So I will go with both of these, of course. Now, for both of the fragrances as well, let's talk about warm vanilla sugar. Warm vanilla sugar is just one of those just light and chantilly cream type feel. Even though it doesn't have chantilly cream, it has a creamy sandalwood, but it reminds me so much of chantilly cream. It has intoxicating vanilla, white orchid, sparkling sugar, fresh jasmine, and creamy sandalwood. Warm vanilla sugar is great with all of your vanillas. Just to lay down a light base, you know, that warm vanilla sugar, speaking of chantilly cream, goes so beautifully with the Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth. This is just one of those wonderful cheap fragrances, you know, like the price point, I'm saying, not that the fragrance smells cheap, because it doesn't to me. It smells very good, creamy, and comforting. So this goes nice with warm sugar, and it would go nice with both of these as well. Now, to talk about So Vanilla, in specifically what I want to layer with it, speaking of Sweet Tooth Caramel has orange in it, and it has a little bit of chocolate as well. The caramel tones in here would just go wonderful with both of these fragrances. But with So Vanilla, I think it's more the citrus feel that I get from this, that I was like, I want to combine it. I want to wear So Vanilla with Sweet Tooth Caramel. So I would definitely do that. And I am attracted to orange in fragrances when it comes to Gourmands and or vanilla or chocolate. And Serendipitous is another one that opens primarily orange, but it dissipates. It has a little yeasty quality to it in the opening too, which is interesting. But then it is just a warm up on your body, beautiful vanilla. So Serendipitous as well, you can find it on Lucky Scent, and it's quite affordable too. So that would go nice. Now, this gingerbread that really never showed up for me. It was kind of in the background for So Vanilla. I don't think I spoke about the gingerbread. It was not in the forefront. It was just added to that baker's spice, baker's, you know, feel. I would so do Genre Perfumes Ginger-esque. Genre Perfumes has a Joe Malone's Ginger Biscuit dupe, and hopefully they bring the lotion back soon. They do load this on their louisianaroma.com website, and if you're part of the group, they'll let you know when it's available. And it is such a beautiful consistency as well. Just very clean, very easy to spread around, and the scent of it is so nice. So ginger-esque, if you want to add that, you know, that zing of the ginger, you could do it with this fragrance. I haven't reviewed ginger-esque by itself, but I'm waiting for it to get a little cooler, but I am already experimenting with it. You see the level? Yes, I am. It's a gorgeous fragrance. If you know what the original smells like, then you know. So last but not least, Blood Orange Marshmallow by the House of Glory. This has a rich blood orange and fluffy white marshmallows. It opens up primarily orange. Really scared me when I tried it out for the first time. Had a hair. I was like, oh no, where are the marshmallows? Are we ever gonna get there? And we do. This has such an orange opening. I mean, goodness. Very realistic orange smell, and then a dry down, which takes a little while, which I find so interesting when indie perfume brands can do that, make a transformative fragrance. It's like they have some magic potion. This dries down to marshmallow, you guys, like creamsicle type smell, and it's bliss, and it would go wonderful with So Vanilla. So I'm excited about that. I do have their hair oil, but you can use this on your pulse points on your body. Hair and body oil, you can put that on your body. It doesn't say body here, but I'm telling you, you can. It says somewhere. It says also works wonders on any dry spots on the body. I'm not lying. So this fragrance right here reminds me again of another fragrance. I say again because I bring this up a lot. And I don't have, oh yes I do. I do have this lotion, but I do not have the lotion that I prefer, which is the one that really gets deep in there for your ashy elbows. We have Orange Vanilla Twist. This opens up really juicy orange. It has summer sherbet and vanilla creme, and it smells like the blood orange marshmallow to me. So good. This one I do love by Bath & Body Works, Orange Vanilla Twist. So when it comes to orange, the So Vanilla with this even alone would be wonderful. And that is it. Oh my gosh, so good, you guys. I got 2 fragrances covered in under 30 minutes. Wow. I'm you know, patting myself on the back here because I can go on when it comes to vanilla. You know, if you've been on the channel any amount of time, you know this is our jam. I appreciate you so much for sticking around, for watching the whole video if you're still here, and for enjoying fragrances with me. This is one of my favorite pastimes, and I feel very blessed to still be able to be talking about them for this long. So yay. Thank you, you guys. What would you be interested out of all of this in wearing for yourselves? What do you have? What do you own? You know, I hope that I've inspired you. That's also another reason why I like to come on here and talk about what's working for me or what I plan on experimenting with, because sometimes it just helps, and it's fun to collaborate and, you know, mess around with your fragrances. Like, did this work for you? No, but that did. And oh, thanks, I'm gonna try that, you know, even though you can't tell me straight back right now. Anyways, I gotta go. It's dinner time. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day, your night, or your evening, and you stay safe. We are gonna keep it going here. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye bye.